Remain standing. One of the exhibitors, innovators, can you come here to lead us in the national anthem? Any volunteer, you are all patriots of Uganda. We are going to do 3 things. We shall sing the anthems, the Uganda National Anthem, 1 stanza, the East African Community Anthem, all the 3. And then we have the opening prayer, Uganda National Anthem, East African Community Anthem, and all the mentors and teachers and union members of Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union we are going to sing the Solidarity Anthem. After that, we have a short opening prayer, and after that opening prayer, we shall have welcome remarks from our National Secretary for Education, Professional Science, Discipline, who is also the chairperson of the National Organizing guest this morning to address the exhibitors and all of us, the mentors and the organizing committee. And thereafter, we shall get Rogers on board to guide on the adjudication. Thank you so much. Patriot, you're welcome to the event.
Thank you so much. Esteemed presenters of today and our distinguished guests, let us stand attention and sing the Uganda National Anthem. Oh, Uganda, we go only, we lay our future in thy hands. United, free for liberty, together we Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe uishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. Uzalendo pia mshikamano viwe msingi wa umoja wetu, na tulinde uhuru na amani, mila zetu na desturi zetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. Viwandani na hata mashambani, tufanye kazi sote kwa makini, tujitowe kwa hali na mali, tuijenge jumuiya bora. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. Let us humble ourselves and pray.
The Workers' Solidarity Anthem. We hold our hands. Yes. We hold our hands. We're going to sing Solidarity, and then Solidarity Upustu, and then we'll close there for now. Okay, hold our hands. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. union makes us strong. Solidarity, opposed to solidarity. Solidarity, opposed to solidarity. Solidarity, opposed to solidarity. For the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. Science for development and transformation. Opening prayer by Madame Annette.
Let's come also for the prayer. Almighty Father, we thank you so much for this morning. Father, we thank you for having given us your journey mercies all the way from our homes up to here. Father, we pray that our gathering here becomes so fruitful and contributes to the development of the nation. Father, I pray that the innovators here go back when they are well enrolled, when they have improved on their knowledge, and go back and implement whatever is going to be exhibited here. We also pray that you send us for the Holy Spirit to give us protection as we keep in this place, and to continue to give us your wisdom as we transcend through this process of the exhibition. All this I prayed in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Amen. Can we give a big round of applause for that so far? Thank you so much. You can take your seats, members. You can take your seats. You look very beautiful on this 23rd day of August, the year of our Lord 2025. Can you clap for yourselves being smart? The Opusu family, very smart. The Science Fraternity of Uganda. This is beautiful. Thank you so much. Very, very beautiful. Yes, so let's be happy because we have come here to celebrate your achievements as the young innovators. Are we together? So we have not come here for any funeral ceremony. No, we have come to celebrate science. To celebrate what? Science. All that we are doing here is the beauty of science. We want to thank Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union. At this moment, I'm going to invite the chief organizer of this event, who will introduce the various teams that she has brought here together for this very important function and event of the National Science, Innovations and Technology Competitions 2025. Put your hands together to clap to welcome our National Secretary for Education and the Chairperson of the National Organizing Committee. Madam Betty, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. MC, for blazing up the morning. Our dear General Secretary of Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union, the National Executive Council members present in this house, our dear adjudicators for tonight's function, all the patrons who have brought their learners for innovation, all the innovators for today's function, I greet you all. I would like to say on behalf of the organizing committee for this Science Innovation Project 2025, we are saying you are most welcome. This has been a journey that we have all been doing together. You remember we visited all the regions. We started by moving to Central Region, who raised the flag and made the innovations of regions very fruitful. They were the first to showcase their innovation. Thank you very much to Central Region.
We later moved to Eastern Region, where we had another glazing and amazing competitors presenting very good projects, and I want to welcome Eastern Region to this competition. Later we went to Western Region, the land of milk and honey, where we had it at Umbara Secondary School. There we had another good innovation with the learners there, and we left the place when we were satisfied. Welcome Western Region. We finalized by Northern Region, the land of coin. People know it as the land of coin, and everybody fear to go there. When you hear about Northern Region, you think, you imagine the people there don't think. But when we went to Northern Region, they showed us that they are human beings. Those learners gave us very, very good projects. And there, amazingly, even Karamoja Region was represented. And that was so amazing. Welcome Northern Region to this competition. Our dear General Secretary of the Union, this innovation has been a light for the Union. It has enabled us to see all directions. And I'm very sure with the one step we have started, we are going to make 1,000 miles. And we shall walk this far. Thank you very much for the support you have given for this innovation. We want to thank the Secretariat through the General Secretary and the Chairman of the Union. They have supported this innovation with the little the Union have. And you can see that they are still very passionate and following up what we are doing. That is why, with his busy schedules this morning, he has surrendered to come and be with us. Big applause, sir. Allow me to introduce to you the members who are present in this house. Because of time, we shall introduce them as a team. I start with the people who have brought us here today. The people who have brought us here today are the different schools that went through the competitions at the region. At each of the region, we were able to select 5 good projects. And in this house, each of these regions amazingly have brought all the 5 projects. Thank you very much for this committee. I would like to recognize those from Eastern Region, and we have in the house Sorority SS. Rise up for recognition. Thank you very much. Sorority is bringing us 2 projects. 2, we have Kakira Secondary School. Kakira SS. Thank you very much, Kakira for coming. And we have Mbale Secondary School. Thank you very much, Madam, for bringing Mbale Secondary School. Madam Zulia is a rep member of Bugisu Region, and thank you very much for being passionate about this innovation. This is a team from Eastern Region. May I recognize Western Region, represented by Montellera High School. Members from Montellera, most welcome, sir. Thank you for bringing the team. We have Mary Hills High School bringing 2 projects. Mary Hills, Madam, thank you with the team for coming. Thank you, Mary Hills. We have Ntare Secondary School. Ntare Secondary School, thank you, Ntare, for coming. And lastly, we have St. Mary's College, Rushorosa. The first team to arrive yesterday. Thank you very much, Rushorosa. Thank you for this commitment. So this is a team from Western Region. We have Northern Region. Northern Region is represented by Comboni College. Comboni College, Lira, thank you very much for this great representation. We have Achaba Secondary School. Achaba Secondary School in the Yam District, thank you very much. We have Laurel Senior Secondary School, where the Deputy Treasurer is a giant there. Thank you very much. Thank you, Laurel Secondary School. We have Bishop Tarantino College. Bishop Tarantino College, thank you very much, Bishop Tarantino College. My GS, that is my school. Anyway, I don't have interest in them too for today. I don't know that. I don't know them. Then we have Arua Public, where our dear MC is a giant in that school. Arua Public, most welcome. This is representation from the north. And we have Central, who is the host today. We have St. Maria Goretti Katende. Thank you very much, St. Maria Goretti. We have Trinity College Nabingo. Oh, thank you to Trinity College Nabingo. And we have Bombo Hamid Secondary School. They have come in a full bus because they want experience. Let all the students from Bombo rise up for recognition. You see this passion here for science and innovation. Yes, they have brought all their students. Thank you very much for coming. Then we have Umbogo Mixed Secondary School. Mbogo was our host at Central Region. Thank you very much, Mbogo, for this great representation. And St. Mary's College Chitovu.
St. Henry's.
St. Henry's College.
Yeah, Chitovu. Yeah, they're here. Okay, they're there.
I was very sure they're seated behind them. Thank you very much and welcome. I'm sorry. He's reminding me that I left out Kira College Butiki.
Yes.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Kira College, with great honor and pleasure, may I rise you up for recognition. I'm very sorry. Thank you very much for representing. You know, mistakes are human anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm a human, not a robot. So anything could have happened. So these are the teams that are represented in this, and I want to say there is 100% attendance. Thank you. I am only proud to rise up the patrons, sir.
Yeah.
May I rise up all the patrons of this school? Let's give a big round of applause to the patrons. And notably, if you look at them, there are only 4 ladies. And sir, doctor, I'm not happy. That means I'm not doing great work to bring in the females on board. Annette, we have a lot of work to do to bring the female. I'm not saying the gentlemen. Thank you very much for mentoring these learners. You can have your seat. Thank you. Then we have the adjudicators for tonight's function. I only would like to rise them up. I'm not introducing them, they will introduce themselves later. We have a team of very committed adjudicators who are going to manage today's function. Let us give a big round of applause to them. Thank you. I have already talked to so many things. I know there is a team who fall under your docket and you will introduce them. I cannot untie the shoelace. And at this juncture, I would like to present this team before you, our JDS. May you come and address the gathering to open officially. Thank you very much. And as we come, we're sorry that the room is peace, that we shall understand ourselves.
Can we put our hands together and clap hands for God? Allow me to start by thanking God for allowing us to be here this morning. Can we give him a hand? Today I may be a little bit emotional. I will request that you bear with me. I am trying to trace the journey we have moved as opposed to a journey of barely less than 5 years. And here we are today conducting a national exhibition for science projects. Can we clap hands? Allow me also extend my gratitude to the Education Committee under the able leadership of Auma Betty. Auma Betty and your team, you have made us proud. Thank you very much. everywhere we go, at least we see push to in action. Thank you for this program and steering it up to this time. Our dear teachers, the patrons, my fellow teachers, allow me to thank you. Generation. Can we clap hands for our teachers? Then the team of our educators, I want also to thank you very much for sparing time to come and take charge of this program running this morning and today. Thank you very much and you are most welcome. Then our dear students and the dear schools from all the parts, I will start by congratulating you upon making it to the finals. Can you clap hands for yourself? That clap is not enough. Give yourselves another hand clap. I know there are many schools that participated. When I was looking at the list, from Eastern, there are very many schools, from Western, very many schools, from Northern, very many schools, from Central, very many schools. But out of all those many schools, hundreds of schools, you have managed to make it to the finals. I think that is not something we can joke with. Can we clap hands again? And as you compete, I wish you the best of luck. Now, allow me, the task I have this morning is simple. I will open this program officially, but before I do that, allow me to do two things. One, I will make some simple introductions. Then after that, I will speak a little bit about the union. And then this program briefly, and then we shall conclude. I hope to do that in a few minutes. Now, I have already mentioned Betty and her team. That is the Education Committee, and we thank you very much. I know you have been interacting with them, but they can stand up again. Members of the Education Committee, thank you very much. Betty, Rima, I think is the secretary of the committee. No? Who is the secretary? Yes, Mr. Buatizito and Betty, thank you for steering this team, and we thank you very much, dear colleagues. I will not mention your names when an opportunity comes, possibly. Then, of course, this is a committee of NEC. We have a bigger organ that is second in command that heads this organization, and it is called the National Executive Council. And that one will be introduced by the national chairman when he comes later in the afternoon. Now we have the secretariat. This is charged with day-to-day running of the union's business. The members of the secretariat who are around, you can stand up for recognition. If you are from UPUSC Secretariat, they are right behind there. Thank you very much. We have those are heads of departments. The middle one is the accountant. We have to start with accountants because without it we would not be here. And she's called Viola Zawede. On her immediate left is Komakate Solomon, the estates manager. Then on her right we have Derek Asimwe, the chief chef. And I'm sure he must have prepared something for us today. We have a team of about 10 employees at UPUSC Secretariat. I think others are somewhere trying to organize. We have various departments. We are a fully-fledged organization. Now, UPUSC is a labor union that brings together all science teachers in Uganda. all science teachers in Uganda, in secondary schools, higher institutions of learning apart from university, all the teachers, the instructors who teach science, and even the technical instructors are members of the Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union, including PTCs, the tutors, the science tutors. So this is the labor union, the umbrella that brings together all science teachers. And that is our main objective, to bring together all science teachers in Uganda and one umbrella to have their voices, their interests collectively pursued and their rights collectively protected. That is the major reason of the labor union. Then we have many objectives, but today I want to focus on two. One is that the union brings together all science teachers, and that is the main objective. The second one I want to dwell on is promoting science education, partnering with government, supporting government to promote science education in work. But we will not castigate anyone, because everything, you just need to give them time. They will always work in the appointed time. It is this time that God has made that now the teachers, our work used to remain in the laboratories. You recall those days? You teach a lot of chemistry, you handle a lot of experiments, but the work remains in the what? In the laboratory. No wonder when we are pursuing our interests and protecting the rights of science teachers during the salary enhancement for all scientists in Uganda, many people, actually 90% of Ugandans did not understand us, simply because they did not know what the teachers were doing behind the what? The curtains. You do a lot of work but it remains in the what? In the laboratories. We practice a lot of science, do many experiments, but they do not help society because they remain in the laboratories. So UPUSTU has come to make sure that our science, the innovations that we do not actually remain in the laboratory, but come out to solve society problems. Can we hand for that? So I want to thank you all for this, and we shall continue this program. I do not think we shall stop. And those who will, of course, succeed in it, all of you are already victors by the fact that you have come up to the nationals. That is already a success. But we shall now go ahead to quantify and qualitatively place those victors, you, the schools that have made it to the finals. I think our educators will help us to know who comes maybe in the first position, the second, the third, up to the last. So that next time when you are coming back, you should fight to know that even when you reach finals, there is still another success to do what? To achieve. I want to take the honor by the power and the authority entrusted in me as the General Secretary of the Union. But maybe before I declare what I'm about to say, I must tell you that the program will run as you have seen it, and we have the national chairman who will be coming in later on, and other guests will be joining us in the afternoon. Myself, I wish to continue with you up to the end, but incidentally, I have another program which I have to go and catch. So dear Education Committee, you will bear with me and you will allow me, since I've seen what is happening and we are now about to open, having entrusted me with that important assignment, after performing it, I will request you allow me go and attend to another program but I'm with you in the spirit and in everything. So by the power and authority entrusted to me, I declare the IPUS2 Project Innovation Competitions 2025 officially open. For God and my country, my name is Dr. Aaron Mugiga, the General Secretary, Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union. May God bless you.
Okay, thank you so much. Our chief guest this morning, Dr. Aaron Mugiga, our beloved General Secretary of the Okay, we are now good to go. And before we now get to our score, Elliot, I requested him as the program reached you there. Yes, so at this moment we are going to invite the lead, our in charge of the adjudication, to come and give us guidance on how you are now going to move to your stalls and how this team will visit you there. So Roger, you're welcome.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Mutoko. Yes, good morning, everyone. Science for development and transformation. Science. Okay. Now we are going to request everyone's cooperation so that we can finish this program. We want to finish the main business before lunch, and time is really getting to us. That after lunch, we have another set of ceremony guests, and we want to finish early because I know some of us are going very far, and we may not sleep in Kampala the second time. Now we are going for the second stage of adjudication. The adjudicators have actually gone through most of your reports already. So they already know they already have an idea about the project. So when they come to your store, you don't have a lot of time. Within 5 minutes, show them how your product works. How does your project work? Does it work? And if they have some more questions, they will ask you. They have looked at the objectives, they have looked at the problems, some of the things they have looked at them. So they need to look at that product physically. So we don't have much time. When they come to your desk, compose yourself and be able to give quick demo and showcase what is happening at your store. And a few questions and they will proceed. Because after there, you are coming back here, we want to give you this stage so that you also use ICT to do more. So you're not going to explain everything from there. Some things you will come here. So we need to be able to be cooperative, save time, prepare yourself, don't beat around the bush, go straight to the point. So that we can come back here and do the pitches, and by lunchtime we should be able to complete that stage. So we are going to have the adjudicators here. You know the adjudicators here ready. You may assess those that you have so far assessed the reports, and as I know you have done most of them, and then you can see how to keep the time. So basically, they will see you live as we are happening now. You also follow the union on social media on X, and we're using the hashtag Science Competition UG. Now, the social media is not only a few people here. All of you can tweet. Take a photo at a stall, take a selfie here, hashtag Science Competition UG. We need to trend. Normally we do trending, only see things which are trending. Some people maybe are doing funny things. We need to trend and showcase the world. So if you don't have, please, you have a phone, you have a device, let's put some data there and send out a tweet. We are in a digital era. If you have never sent out a tweet, leave here when you have done. All of you, It's not for an IT person somewhere to do that. All of you should be able to do publicity about it using your own account. The union will keep retweeting your account. If you push up something good, you will get that hashtag. So that is one on social media. We're on YouTube, and also let us tweet, let us enjoy this event. That is one. Then two, as we do the stalls, we are going to come back to you, and you give us the pitch deck, the final. If you sent it on email, that's okay, we received some on email, but you may have the final one that you have just, the final one. And in the pitch deck, don't make more than 5 slides. 4 slides, 3 slides. The title slide, and we already gave you, so what happened in the regions. We gave you the notes. Okay? Don't put the entire report in the PowerPoint. You copy all the words and you fill the whole PowerPoint with words. What is that? Go straight to the point. What's the problem? What's the solution? Demo video. Full stop. We don't have a whole day here. They have already seen some of these things in the reports. Don't put the budget in the PowerPoint, they want. If they want, they will ask you. So in case you have that refined pitch deck, the final one, the computer is here, and I have a flash, you can get that final one. Put the video inside the slides, so that when we reach that, we just play. We don't have again to look for the video. So I hope the teachers, you know what we are talking about, what we did in the regionals. Let us be able to do that. So at this time, I think we are set, and the adjudicators should be ready. The adjudicators, you'll have your time during the closing ceremony to give us feedback. So at this time, you are not talking, but you'll talk to us later. Thank you very much.
Okay, can you give a hand clap for Roger? Roger is our IT manager, and he has given us that sense of direction. We are going to move out a little orderly, but before we go there, when our chief guest this morning was addressing, we were joined by our national vice chairperson of Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union, our chair, the national chair, it was said will introduce his team in the afternoon. Are we together? But our national vice chairperson, Benson, can you wave to your people here? Can we clap to receive him? Thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much. We are done with the opening ceremony. No more speeches, but we are going science. Is that okay? And this is how we shall go. The exhibitors, the innovators, you will go orderly. Those who are here, you come and pass by here. Our NEC team, you remain seated. The mentors, you will follow and check to ensure they are ready. And then thereafter, the adjudication team will follow. So can we go orderly, starting from you, young innovator. In that order, please stand up the second row. After that, the third row. Yes. Third row. Yes. Thank you. The fourth row. Okay. The fifth row.
straight to the point. Share, know who's going to say what, who's going to do the demo, be organized. Later, we are looking at the stalls now. Later.
So please, West and please the center. Yeah, and also your business. Thank you so much, members. We are here, and that's why there's so tired to be here, and that is the purpose for which our dear GS said that the union while doing this is what is spent on this, because we have to demystify the beliefs of Uganda. We are not.
So what you're talking?
We are actually in ecology. We are the producers. The scientists of Uganda. Showcasing that indeed we are the producers of this science of this country. Thank you so much for blessing this occasion. Learners from Bobix and also in appropriate time so DJ
Now, when one is speaking, and the other one feels there's no wrong, the other one can hear no, how come we are going to speak?
Yes, them with this one. Is that okay? They're coming to that one. This is the
actually I did. No one is going to say this is the answer you're going to know.
You, myself, when you're talking, you'll be sharing this mic. Eh? Even you have that fully click on it, the next person. Oh, stop. Yes, and can look anywhere. Okay. Students, this is yours.
Yes, sir.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes. You are most welcome.
Thank you.
So, I want you to show us the functional, how you just tell us what the thing is all about.
Thank you so much. This is Arua Public Secondary School. We are making a model of an electric powered excavator tractor. This consists of many components. The first component is plastic. Consists of also motors, different type of motors. One is inside here, then the other one is here. We also have motor here, 2, and here. Total we have 5 motors. Then there's a problem why we came up with this one. The problem why we came up with this product is we did in our research, we discovered that over 80% of the vehicle relied on petroleum-based fuel. This has led to climate change. So this helped to address the environmental effect. Since our project is an electric powered excavator tractor, it helps to reduce emission of greenhouse gases, which help us to pursue a clean environment.
So how did the idea come up, or how did you come into the
We first conceptualized the knowledge of making the tractor. We drew it down. This is the concept. I made it. Just rough sketches. After that, I proceeded to collecting the resources. I collected the plastic jerrycans plus the electronic components. After collecting them, I proceeded to making it. I measured it and drew the plastics into different shapes, as you can see, of different diagonals, and I soldered them to come up with the chassis and the body of the tractor. After that, I proceeded to installing the motors which act as the engines. After installing the motors in the axles, I created the I created the electric circuit system which links the motor to the battery, but we made a control unit for controlling the power interface to the motors to make it respond to its different functions.
You can show us how it is working.
This is the rotation. It rotates 360 degrees.
We have had these excavators, many of them. What new innovation have you put in the one you have made?
The ordinary excavators use petroleum to function, but ours here is electric powered, and that way it's simple to operate it because electricity is cheap. That way we are reducing the operating costs of the machine. Then the ordinary ones have manual control system, but this one here is automated and it responds quickly upon control. This is the...
What is the sustainability of the project in areas where electricity does not reach?
There, we can still provide power by solars. We can use solar to generate power for the tractor, and the power of the solar can be stored in batteries, in electric batteries.
Yeah, thank you for the work well done. I need to know the scientific principles applied here. Talk about science now.
Yeah, we integrated 4 scientific principles. First is chemistry. In chemistry, we integrated using resources, where resources are chosen depending on their suitability. And in this case, we chose plastics. And this type of plastics are soldable. Whenever they are soldered, they form strong bonds, and they are not affected by weather. And the physics in this project is that it consists of mechanical functioning parts which uses electricity to function. Once electricity is applied to these motors, they function. And that's the physics here. And we also use the ICT in documenting the documents about the project. Now, mathematics was also key used for measuring the sizes of these different shapes which were put together to make up the tractor.
Okay, how many?
This project actually, it's supposed to work in both land and in air, because that's why it's called the Land Falcon. We are supposed to switch modes to come back to run on ground and at the same time to fly in air. But due to some errors, like for example the weak servo motors, that were not able to lift all of this weight, that's why it just eliminated the switch in modes.
So probably it's applicable in
air for now.
For now,
yes.
But it's not in air.
Right now I can take it off the ground if you want, but for the safety.
Let me ask something.
Yes, madam.
I saw you controlling it by touching it.
So no, not touching. Let me prove it to you.
Control without touching.
I'm not going to touch it. Let me thrust. So only that I'm just touching it so that it may not tilt over. So these 2 motors also gradually start thrust. Just don't want it to go off, so that I wait for the whole motor.
A little bit. That is exactly my concern.
Yes.
You have to touch it at one point.
No, it's not all about to touch it at one point, but now that's where the hand balance comes in from. Because for the tiltation and motion of a drone, it depends on the thrust given to each propeller independently. So I'm the one who balances the propellers from here so that it may not tilt over.
Can you balance them from here without touching it?
Yes, it's supposed to this thing firm so that it may not now switch. That switching mode, we eliminated it because the servos were too weak to lift that all weight. Another challenge that we faced was the prices of the batteries was very expensive. So what we did, we just got these normal batteries and we built our own LiPo batteries. Another challenge that we faced, the limitation of the Arduino boards. And we overcame this by designing our own PCB boards. With this system, we can achieve 10. So I think it's worth the cost.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome, sir. Sir?
You're welcome. Thank you. Could you please actually tell us something about what you are showing?
First of all, we are very happy and thanking you for being here, coming to visit our store. My name is Apina Jeremiah Daniel, and we are all in Senior 3 and from Winchara High School, Chitung, and this is our patron.
Thank you.
Yes, so our project here is what we call a smoke absorber. the main problem we are solving in the environment is a high rate of carbon-based emissions. So we find that many activities, even in everyday life, maybe cooking using firewood, burning carbon-based fuels, these plastics and whatsoever, a lot of carbon is emitted into the atmosphere. So this brings about some carbon emissions which eventually destroy the ozone layer and leading to global warming. So this one helps to actually reduce on the carbon-based emissions by filtering the air. My colleague will explain more about the problem statement.
That's the reason why we brought up this smoke absorber is that we found out that any carbon-based emissions are rising in the environment, so we came up with this smoke absorber. The main logic in it is that smoke absorber has a fan. Actually, this fan is the one which attracts the smoke. Okay, it puts the smoke and the smoke. When the smoke enters, here between the filtering barrier with activated carbon, that activated carbon is actually activated carbon filters out carbon dioxide and filters out carbon-based emissions. And when the trapped carbon dioxide, calcium,
and be soaked in lime water to get calcium hydroxide, and of which calcium is used in hospital. Clean air is let out, but the reason why we have lime water is to prove whether the air is carbon free or not, because you can't just tell someone air is.
You are told, you forget.
On the exit like this, where the smoke is coming in, and you find that the lime where the smoke is coming in, and you find that the lime water isn't turning milky, meaning that the activated carbon filter is actually working. Carbon from this burning thing is being trapped, not being released into the environment. And the trapped carbon is left in the gauze, and then the clean air is passed out. And when it enters, it doesn't turn the lime water milky. When air enters, it doesn't turn lime water milky. So it proves that.
Yes. So, good morning to you, our dear judges. My name is Wanda Desire Ashes, and your boss machine you come
increases.
Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. What can be done to ensure that your innovation can do bulk drying of fruits and vegetables?
Thank you so much. In our design initially, it was a model, but now to make it in large scale, we can expand in that we invest a little lot so that its capacity, it can dry much fruits in a bulk. So in that, as much as possible quantity can be dried and can be accommodated probably in your drying chamber.
Okay. Trinity College Nabingo, compost tumbler. Okay, we are getting set. Yes, Amina.
Good afternoon to you all.
Okay, you can start.
Good afternoon to you all. My name is Karini Lisa Blandina.
My name is Nalugo Pauline.
Dr. Deborah. From Trinity College Nabingo, and we are presenting to you a compost tumbler. So the problem statement. So you realize that in Uganda today, we have a problem of waste management. And according to research, 75% is organic and biodegradable waste. So we came up with an idea of how we can put this waste to use. The other problem that we're looking at availability of land. And because of the increasing populations as we go on year by year, we realize that with time to come, land will not be enough for everyone to carry out farming. And realize that when we are looking at this aspect of land, we're also looking at very many activities such as compost manure making. And because compost manure making requires a lot of land, not everyone will be able to carry it out because the land is not enough. The other thing we're looking at the expense of compost manure. Compost manure is
the wooden frame to be damaged either by termites, insects, or by the weather. Yes. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Okay, question?
Thank you for the presentation. You talked about rotating it 15 times after 3 days. How did you determine that? Why not 5 times maybe after a day? Why do you have to do it 15 times after 3 days?
Yes, so our compost tumbler can capacitate up to about, it capacitates 160 kilograms of the contents themselves, but produces 100 kilograms of the final product. Now, I've said 160 kilograms, that's a lot. Why we rotate is we want the things at the bottom to have a chance to come to the top and the things at the top to go to the bottom. Because things at the bottom, from physics, you know that at the bottom there is more pressure, so there is more rotting. So why 15 times? 15 times is because it makes enough time for the 160 kilograms of the entire thing to be able to come to the bottom, and the ones at the bottom to come to the top, and the ones that were at the top to completely go to the bottom, if you get.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your question. Yes, Trinity College, thank you very much. You can go back. Next, we have Arua Public. Please, Arua Public. Then Mary Hill. Dear educators, maybe you can also arrange for the next 3 schools. Arua Public, Mary Hill, and then Mutuyera. We have Arua Public. They have excavator tractor. We have Mary Hill with Smart Healthcare, and then Mutuyera. Then we shall have Soroti, Itali, and Soroti. And Arua Public, we have yours. It's in a minute.
We use biology to determine the materials, for example, biodegradable and non-biodegradable.
So the impacts and benefits of our project is that 1, environmental sustainability. If rubbish is sorted very well, then the environment will not be harmed anymore. Then also we have health improvements. The manual sorters won't face a lot of challenges while sorting rubbish. Hence, at least their health will not be in danger because of putting in a lot of effort sorting rubbish. And we also reduce the need of manual sorters since now the sorting system is automated.
We also improve the quality of the soil For example, through adding manure, basing on the fact that Uganda is highly agricultural and we need to improve our economy by speeding up the process of making manure for better yield. Yes. And with therefore, we call upon funders so that we can take our project from a prototype to reality. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much. Question from the educators? Okay, there is no question? Okay. Next.
School?
We have St. Maria Goretti. St. Maria Goretti. Yes.
Protocol observed. My name is Mr. Trevor, and I'm here with my co-presenter. And before you is the project known as the design and implementation of a wireless and gesture control wheelchair. And the subject area we are going to deal with is basically physics and ICT. It has been noticed that for many people with physical disabilities, especially the limb, even moving a few meters without help can be a daily struggle. So basically in this case, they have been using wheelchairs. And first of all, a wheelchair is a vital tool for individuals with walking difficulties due to physical disabilities. These people, wheelchairs were put for these people to help them live like a better quality of life, but still, these wheelchairs had limitations. For example, the manual wheelchairs required significant physical effort to operate, such as pushing, rolling the wheels, and this was not applicable to some people with limited motor skills. The innovated ones, which were the electric wheelchairs, required joystick or button control, which was often inaccessible to those with limited motor skills. When I talk about motor skills, I'm meaning the ability, like to move your fingers. These people could not grip joysticks, could not press buttons, what? So this impacted their lives, making them over-dependent on caregivers, which reduced their independence and dignity, making them live a lower quality of life. So this caused a pressing need for a more affordable design, and as St. Maria Goretti came up with a hand gesture controlled wheelchair that removes the physical strain of manual propulsion while allowing effortless navigation without direct physical contact with the controls. The solution states that control a wheelchair with a simple hand tilt, no pushing, no joystick, no stress. Basically wear that glove, sit on your wheelchair and tilt your hand to the direction you want to go to. For example, forward, you want to go forward. Just sit on the wheelchair, tilt the hand forward to automatically move forward. The key features of our project include gesture control. This wheelchair uses gestures detected by the MPU60PD sensor. It has wireless transmission. The Bluetooth H05 transmit gesture commands wirelessly from the glove. They give you tilt forward. Those gesture commands are transmitted wirelessly to the wheelchair. We have obstacle detection. The ultrasonic sensor stops the wheelchair automatically in case it faces an obstacle, so there are no accidents. Have solar charging, which is eco-friendly and it reduces grid reliance. It is made of an affordable design, meaning it is built from low-cost, accessible components.
So we made our project to restore independence for the users and also to reduce on the caregiver workload. And also, it's
eco-friendly. Like what I mean, it does not pollute the environment, and also, okay, does not produce toxic wastes and fumes. Then it has its navigation system. Like what I mean, like the freehand gestures. Then we made our project to transform science into an inclusive, value solution that empowers people and inspires innovation in Uganda.
Now, let me take you through the step-by-step process of making our wheelchair. First of all, we researched mobility challenges and assistive technology. We researched the mobility challenges, like the challenges faced by the lame one. Then we designed an Arduino-based control system, which is acting like the brain. Then we programmed the MP650 sensors for gesture control. Then we integrated the Bluetooth HC05s for wireless control. Then we added ultrasonic sensors. We installed the solar charging system so that even people in low resource settings can use it. And lastly, we tested, refined, and improved the design. In conclusion, we thank our supervisor, Mr. Mahanga Mike, for guidance, and our school administration for support. Through this project, we aimed to improve mobility and independence for people with physical disabilities with simple and affordable technology.
All right, thank you very much. Your video was not integrated in the slides. It was just showing me something, but they have something like this. Let us have any question? Do you have any question? Yes, from the audience. You can see this one has decided to fire an opponent a question, which is okay. You can fire someone.
Thank you very much for this wonderful presentation. I have only one question about, let's say that the wheelchair is moving in an area where there are humps. So yes, I believe that it would give the person an independent ability to be able to move the wheelchair by themselves. But then in case they're in front of a hump, will they just move the hand up and then the wheelchair will move up and go down over the hump? I'm still confused and perplexed about that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for that question. But let me inform you that when you tilt let me give an example. When you tilt your hands, it will keep on moving. When there are humps, it will keep on moving. Because I can't consider humps as obstacles that they will stop it. And to inform you another thing, we included a potentiometer on our wheelchair, implying that even if it's like a hill, it can climb it to just increase the speed, thus increasing the force. Thank you.
All right, Sana. Okay, let us have members. We are about to finish. We have just a few projects left. This is Bogo. Bombo and yes. Members, we are about to finish. Let us leave it fast on these three projects left. Yes, you can start.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Okelo Ambrose, and I'm here with my colleagues, Tuisabe Rita and Amune Aiza, a team from Bombo Ame Secondary School, and we are here to present to you our project of a landfall control. According to the Monitor article published on 17th October 2023, there was an attack near Queen Elizabeth National Game Park, whereby two tourists were attacked, their tour guide was killed, and their vehicle was set on fire. It is said so that the ADF did this. There is an alarming problem of insecurity in our country due to inadequate methods to monitor areas of different landscapes. That is to say, the hilly areas of Kabale and Chisoro, and then the flat areas of Changwanzi and Kayunga. So we have come up with making of a landfall control to enable security teams to detect threats in the areas where they have sent their drone, so that they can detect threats and respond quickly and effectively to those threats, hence combating the problem of insecurity. We have come up with a landfall control that moves both on land and in air, whereby it cannot be spotted easily by the terrorists who would want to shoot it down, so that they can't be seen and monitored when they are practicing their evil acts. So our drone, it has the propellers for flight, and then it has the wheels for ground movement. I will request my friend to go on with the video demo.
Yes, as the video is going to be playing, I'm going to take you through the kind of play the video. That's physically the landfall drone. The first thing that we did in the making of this drone was doing the research, and we based on our local area, which is the Bombo Barracks, since we are in the army setting, seeing the problem that are faced by the soldiers. So in the making process, we had the designing, whereby some of us have PCB designing. We integrated more than one board, and it is super light, whereby we are having Arduino processor for driving the servo motors that I'll tell you why we removed, and we are having the Pico board that was also integrated in the same board, and Raspberry Pi. So this gave us the ability to program our drone in a multi-language, whereby we did only based on C++. We also used a language called MicroPython for the precise movement. That drone is simply made, driven by a jacket that I didn't take the video of. That jacket have what's called a mini station, whereby it gives out the frequency from the receiver in a distance of in a distance of 10 kilometers in a plain area, 5 kilometers in an urban setting, and in this city setting also. So our drone is a hand gesture controlled, because this normal drone that we used to see have a lot of buttons that you need to press, but this one of ours fly according to your hand tiltations, whereby if you do your hand sideways, move side, the way like you used to play with your hand during childhood. Allow me to pass this microphone over to my colleague to take you through the rest of the journey. Thank you.
Okay, in the process that we followed to come up with our project, number one, we started with project identification and planning. We had to sit down and then identify the potential project that would combat this problem and all the activities that we were going to follow. Then we went on and collected the different materials from different sources, whereby some of them we bought them and others were donated to us. Then we went on to battery optimization and fine-tuning, whereby we had to test our batteries, if yes, they could supply the power to where it was needed. Then finally, we went to system checkup and pre-flight safety, whereby we had to check that if our drone, it could function very well and people wouldn't get any harm when it is functioning. Thank you.
Our project integrated different subjects. In physics, it integrated through movement and power systems. Computer studies, it was coding with Arduino and Bluetooth control. In mathematics, it was programming and design calculations. In chemistry, it was just understanding material choices and the power sources. And in the technology and design, it was the 3D design and the assembling of drone components. And our project is beneficial in a way that it operates in different landscapes, and one drone can do the work of multiple patrol grounds and camera surveillance. In conclusion,
I personally, we were able to make a 65% functional drone because we eliminated the land surveillance because of some unavoidable circumstances. For example, the servo motors were too weak to lift the wingspans. So we call upon the government and each and everybody who is interested in promoting security in our country to come and work hand in hand. In Kiswahili we say, ulinzi inaanzikana na mimi na wewe. Thank you.
Science! Science! I've not yet asked the question, but I also want to ask this time around. We have a project that is in physics. I'm saying this land, but for me as an IT person, I'm impressed by the presentation. I just want to inquire, how did you come up with this video? Did you hire some videographer to design for you? Because I'm saying you documented from when you were starting to been seeing the whole process to spraying it with color, everything. So I think you were intentional in documenting.
So for me to respond to you, my answer is right in front of you. If you turn behind, if you look at the side, we are having an organization called the New Generation, and that's our chief editor and the person in charge of media. So he was with us from the beginning of the project till the end.
Okay, asante sana. Thank you very much. Let's have the next group. Next group. Next school. Which school? Data college. Key. Project. Project. Yeah. Right. I know that they gave me a presentation today. Did you give me slides today? Okay, we are about to finish. Get these more slides. Meanwhile, you can start introducing yourself.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Wesley Trevor, and I'll be presenting with the Joel Magnusha. So we came up with a project called Friends AI. Friends AI is an AI as all AIs have heard of, ChatGPT, Gemini, and any other AI. So what does our AI do? Let's take back to the scenario where we shall get to our problem statement. Now, when the new curriculum was introduced, we had challenges in references. Many teachers in many schools didn't know how to sell these items. And you find out that when the government was what does this inform us? That we had incompetence in setting this in these items. So our students were not getting the adequate knowledge which new curriculum needs us to get. Now let's take back to the textbooks which were published by different publishers. Let's take Baroque, MK and all that. They introduced textbooks which had activities of integration, but you find out that same activity of integration was published in many books, but just changing the context and maybe just changing the names of the places and all that, examining the same competence and the same activity of integration in different books, which is inadequate to the new curriculum. That means students were not getting the required skills we wanted them. I could go and copy that very question, do it for time and time, and then present the same knowledge. That means a senior one could do, a senior four who did that same activity could tell some senior one where to get that activity, and it keeps on doing that. So reaching the people are passing, but doesn't take the fact that I don't know. So we introduced an AI that does that helps us generate activities of integration with ease. Now, to take back to the problems. What are the problems? Now, one of them is the workload by the teachers, high workload with the teachers. Teachers spend a lot of time generating activities of integration and other assessments. Teacher training gaps. Many teachers were not trained as I told in our scenario. Then assessment complexity. Many people didn't know how to craft these activities, and even right now, currently, many people don't know. But then with this AI, it will generate for us activities with ease, and it's accessible everywhere. Because 95% of Ugandans right now have phones. At least a school in a village, even if it's a same school, it has one smartphone to access this. So Then also other resources. We don't have past papers, we don't have anything, then curriculum is very new. But with AI, we can do this and come up with something. So, it's my colleague going to.
Thank you. So Frames AI is a web application and an AI model designed to be practical for both students and teachers. So, how does Frames AI works, or how do we make it? It uses AI. What we did was get a data set of activities of integration and make a custom-made artificial intelligence model. Here we fine-tuned the GEMA 3 using transfer learning, 1 billion parameters. Then we did prompt engineering to make sure it follows the right format needed for the activities of integration. Then the web app was designed using FastHTML. It's a new Python library for making web apps and apps. Then rendering, we are using Markdown, which is an easy format to copy and paste, and plus gives us freedom to put a lot of things in our app. Then for user authentication, we are using Google account, Google Auth. So Frames AI is easy to use. You just need to put in the subject, select the subject, choose the topic, then click generate, as you can see there. So you can pick any kind of topic or subject, then take some second to generate the activities of integration. So,
okay, proceed.
So, what are the impacts in the nation? The STEM integration. We had technology, ICT, programming in Python, how to train it, the interface, how the user interface, how will it look, is it responsive and all that. Then we had all subjects because it would generate activities of integration. So in the training, we got different data sets.
Okay, time up. Questions? Questions from educators or audience? Any? Yes.
Thank you very much, Team Hira College. We are well aware that ever since the new curriculum came on board, there are very many learning boards that have been put up as platforms. What makes Frames very special and different from those ones which are already existing?
First of all, it's cheap. Most of these learning boards are providing materials that they have to buy. In most cases, it's around 25,000 plus. Other thing is that these activities of integration are new. They are not the same, so there is no recycling. Then the other thing is that it generates them in seconds. It depends on your need. If you need something right after, it just takes 1 second. And another thing, you can access Frames even when you don't have data, because we are using CDN to tap into the API hosted on Google Cloud.
All right. Thank you very much. Science, technology, in action. Engineering, mathematics, STEM. Let us have next group. Next group, please. We are left with a few. Yes, we are left with very few here sheets, and we shall be done. Let us have the next group, please, on stage. Quickly, Comboni College. We are having a few, like within 15 minutes, we are done. Let us be a bit faster, please don't get tired. It has been long. Within 15 minutes, you should be done. Let us have Comboni College on stage. Starting now. Timekeeper.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are the team from Comboni College. I'm Cesar Kui.
I'm Michael Cow.
We have come up with a project of an electric generator. This is a system that runs to produce electricity without the use of fuel. Mark that, without the use of fuel. We developed the concept of making this from electromagnetism that is taught in class, that we applied it in solving the real-life community problems facing people, and that is insufficient supply of electricity in rural communities. That is hindering development, agriculture, and the general development and life. Not only that,
There is also shifting in weather patterns that is not making the climate pattern smart, causing global warming that is affecting agriculture. Now, we can electric generator to transform the sorrowful status of the people living in our communities, in our societies, and the Africa at large. Well,
ladies and gentlemen, basing on our electric generator, first of all, we have designed dynamo from the other side. We have wires for connecting the circuit. We have a charge controller. We have a transformer. We have a power distributor, a stabilizer, a battery, and a rectifier inside this generator. Now, how does it really work? When we switch the generator on from the starting switch, the power is going to, the battery, its work is basically to start the motor. Now when the motor starts itself, the motor is going to rotate the dynamo. When the dynamo rotates, it's an AC dynamo that's going to produce 16 volt of alternating current electricity. And that's going to be sent to the transformer to be stepped up to a higher voltage of up to 230. Now this 230 volts, it has a power of up to 2000 watts. That's its strength. So this is able to power up many electrical appliances. As we can see in our demo, we have tried charging with a phone and it was working perfectly. We came up with this basing on this because we understood that currently the world is fighting towards transforming from things that contribute to climate change into things that brings about positivity in our environment. So we understood that when we continuously keep on using fuel-powered generators and other unsustainable sources of power or electricity, we are going to be affecting our environment, the ozone, and many others. Therefore, implementation of this electric generator would be of much benefit. This one currently is designed that serves small businesses, households, but heavy duty like maybe industries, schools, big businesses, among others. It becomes a challenge because the power that is producing is still not too high to that expectation. But we have future prospects of one, to keep on boosting. We want to keep increasing on the power that our generator is going to be giving out. Secondly, we also want to keep increasing on the stability of the efficiency and function of this generator, such that in the near future, we can supply these generators to schools, to industries, and many other workplaces, because we need to be productive in our workplaces, schools, and many others. So this is basically about the electric generator, how it works, and what it gives out, ladies and gentlemen. So maybe we can see it for the second time with this one. This is the first phase of the generator that we had made, and its work basically was to give out light. It was a lighting generator that had 480 watts. So when we use these heavy duty machines and we place on it, it would not work well. So we had a battery that was under the generator, and inside that we have a motor, the same connection. Then from the motor we move on to the dynamo, and from that dynamo we move to the transformer, whereby the current is stepped up in the secondary coil in order to boost the efficiency and the output that's going to be coming from the socket. And also we have voltmeters, whereby when the current is going to be stepped up in the second voltmeter screen, it displays to the user the amount of volts that you're going to be having in this phase. So this is how the system works. Thank you.
Okay, questions? The question one is about. Okay, questions, audience questions, adjudicators. One question? Okay, yeah.
So for my students, I will use this application to plan my activity. Let's see how it works. This is a user using the application to generate a work about photosynthesis. Our AI is taking very short time to generate answers. So that's the answer you're seeing. And we have also gotten another feature called IntelliWrite, which is going to work as our word editor. So we are not going to go to other platforms, maybe Microsoft Word and other word editors, to check off our capabilities. So now, this is a simple quiz. You have to evaluate yourself. If it's right, it's taken as right, you can refresh the pages. That's quiz. So there are very many features that we have included in our application to aid learners in Uganda of any setting. So we are dealing with the SDG number 4, which contains the continued learning of, it can be refugees, it can be any kind of members. We've got another page called the academic tube. We have filtered using Google Analytics to find the most viewed academic videos and can be viewed by anyone at data course. So there are very many features. That's the academic tube. We have gotten others like the editing. This is our word editor, which has been incorporated in our application to aid in the editing. Maybe for the teacher who's planning a coursework for the members. It can be for the student. Copy and paste from what we have provided from the chatbot. And then it can be downloaded. You see the option for downloading. It can be downloaded either as text or PDF and used for other purposes. Thank you. That's one text.
Okay, questions? Intellifuture AI, questions? Yes.
Thank you. At one point you said you're having YouTube videos in this AI.
Lisa, you can lead us in the anthems.
O Uganda, may God uphold thee. We lay our future in thy hands. Unite liberty together will always stand. E Mungu twamba uilinde Jumuiya Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. Uzalendo pia mshikamano viwe msingi wa umoja wetu, na tulinde uhuru na amani, mila zetu na desturi zetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. Viwandani na hata mashambani, tufanye kazi sote kwa makini, tujitoe kwa hali na amani, tuijenge jumuiya bora. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
Okay, we are going to sing the highest standard of our solidarity anthem for the labor unions. So we shall be knocking our feet tra, 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 while holding our hands together. Is that okay? Yeah. Yes. I want to hear that sound. Is that okay? Because it is the labor union called Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union that has brought us here. Are we together? Okay. We're going to sing solidarity, then we sing solidarity with Pusto, and then we have another solidarity, then we close. Okay? I tra, let's do tra, tra, tra. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong. Solidarity, opposed to solidarity,
Solidarity opposed to solidarity. Solidarity opposed to solidarity. For the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. Science for development and transformation. Thank you so much. You can take your seats. Now we have the short opening prayer from Mr. Okello.
May we again rise up to honor God. Let us pray. Almighty God, the creator of heaven and earth, we want to thank you this evening for the gift of life you have given unto each one of us. We want to thank you for the gift of the union that you have made some of us to lead and many to partake of it. We thank you, we praise you, we glorify your name for the gift of the guests that you have brought forth today to grace this occasion. May your will be done as the leader and the most high of all things. Now this evening that we are gathered here, we call upon you to send forth your Holy Spirit to be the guidance of this. May the guardian angels be in this hall today to guide each one of us into whatever we are going to say. May it be for the glory of your name and for the strengthening of the union, and basically to make our country reach the goals we desire. We thank you, we praise you, we believe that you will honor what we have said. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you so much. Members, you can take your seats. At this time, we welcome the chairperson of the National Organizing Committee, Madam Betty, who is also our National Secretary, Education, Professional Standards and Discipline of the Union, to come and welcome our guests and tell the chief guest who is in this hall in terms of the schools that have participated here. Madam Betty, you are welcome. Can we put our hands to welcome her? She will in turn invite our national chair to also come and make his official remarks and officially welcome our guests to this Upustu event.
Our chief guests for tonight's function, our Honorable MP for the Workers, the different guests present with us in this house at your various capacity, the chairperson, the national chairperson of the union, Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union, the patrons who have brought their learners to innovate in today's competition, the adjudicators who have done their great work, all the innovators present in the house, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I am Betty Auma, the National Secretary for Education, Professional Standards and Discipline at Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union. In this function, I double as the chairperson organizing committee. I would like on my own behalf, on behalf of the committee, and on behalf of the union at large, to welcome you warmly to this competition. We have had a journey from a mere advert to the schools. The schools had to apply to showcase the innovations and talents they have at their different schools. We went through the vetting process to look at the qualities of the innovations we needed to have, and we went and invited the different innovations to regional levels. We had 4 regional competitions, and from each region, we were able to select five projects. These are the 20 projects we have here today in this national competition. Our dear chief guests, would like to apologize because of time. You have only had a glimpse of the pitching they have done, meaning that the practical aspect of it, which must have been done, we have not managed to do it, but I would request maybe after this function, the learners will get to the different innovation stalls and you have a look at the practical part of what they have brought. They are amazing projects, and we are very proud of the teachers of the country who are doing great work to mentor the learners towards doing quality innovation, coming up with quality projects that are able to solve the societal problem of today, not just a mere laboratory experiment. Gratitude to all of you who made this possible. The major objectives of coming up with this were to, one, to transfer classroom idealities to real-world experiment. We have seen how the great key ideas the learners have had today are meant to solve the challenges probably we have been having in the society that has never been thought that it could have a solution. We also wanted to develop the innovative capacity of our learners and the teachers who are in the classrooms, and encourage them to come up with all these great ideas. Human resource is wanting, especially towards technological development of this country. By these innovations we have had, we are so proud that we are building the real learners, the right learners we need to pull Uganda as a country from where it is to where it should be. And we are very proud of our country, especially the stakeholders in the education sector. Our Excellency, the President of the country, for supporting technological development in the country. We are so grateful. And here I bet you, through Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union, with your great support, the sky will be the limit. This we are doing, we want to encourage our learners to learn how to do research. Research, when they do it, helps to build their confidence and help them to bring inventions in different areas. And this is going to put them at the global market employment. A learner who can innovate such great ideas would not be a floater in the community. And today I want to encourage our dear innovators that you have done great work. We encourage you not to stop here. Go back home in your respective schools, in your respective communities, practice the ideas you have, and keep soliciting for support wherever we can so that you move more step from where we have reached as a prototype to reality. Our chief guests for tonight's function. In the house is the whole of Uganda. And it would not be good if, as a union, we do not express or introduce them to you. We have innovators coming all the way from Western region. From Western region, we have had Muntuyera High School rise up for recognition. That's their patron. Thank you very much. We have had here Mary Hills High School. Thank you, Mary Hills. They were able to bring 2 projects. We're proud of you. We have had Ntare Secondary School and St. Mary's College, Rushoroza. Thank you for representing Western Region. In this house, we also have representatives from Eastern Region. And in the house, we have Soroti Secondary School. Soroti brought us 2 beautiful projects. That is the head teacher of Kakira Secondary School, very passionate about innovation. We are very proud of him. Sir, thank you very much for always supporting your learners. We have had Mbale Secondary School, the giant school in the region. Thank you very much, Madam, for bringing representatives. Here we have the whole of Uganda. Meaning that you have come rightfully to grace the right occasion, where you're able to talk to the whole of Uganda. And we are very proud as Uganda because of this overwhelming support you have given us, even from our humble invitation. We are so grateful. I wouldn't love to sit down if you do not see the members who are behind this, struggling day and night to run this. Central Organizing Committee, rise up for recognition. And I want to show you that also almost the whole country was represented here. We have there Mr. Bwakizito from Northern Region, the secretary of the committee. We have Mr. Musramo from Busoga. He's the chairperson, Bugiso Region, sorry. Bugiso Region. Mr. Boy is chairperson, Lango Region. Mr. Okello Peter is the national coordinator for Northern Region as a whole. Thank you very much. We have Mr. Elio Nasasira, the chairperson, regional chairperson, Bunyoro Region, member of the committee. We have Mr. Jacinto Angoko Tuku, the MC of today, making everyone laugh. He is the regional chairperson of West Nile Region. Thank you very much. We have Mr. Luyima Edward, the chairperson of Greater Central Region. Greater Kampala, I knew you'd say like that. Greater Kampala, Mr. Luyima, thank you very much for this great contribution. We have Mr. Ramadan Katende, is the national coordinator for Central Region. Thank you very much. And the big gentleman standing here, I shouldn't have introduced him, but now I'm bigger than him at the moment. I hope you agree. He is the Vice National Chairperson of Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union. A member of my committee, he is able to call me chairman. Thank you very much. This makes the committee a very wonderful composition because we have people of great minds sitting and looking at how we can innovate, how we can help the learners come up with these good innovations. There are members in this house that I cannot introduce, but allow me only rise up. Representation from adjudication team. All the adjudicators, please. Thank you very much for coming to grace this occasion. I know at the right time, their leader will introduce them into details. I want to say, Uganda as a country and in the education sector, there is something we are missing out. What we are missing out is mentorship. Well, as teachers, I'm a teacher of physics and chemistry, I'm able to teach my learners. But am I able to show them the right direction to take? I am able to give them good ideas. Am I able to show them how the good ideas I've given them through the different topics? How is it able to help them solve their problem? This is what is lacking. And that is why this innovation has come under Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union. Can we help ourselves as teachers to mentor our learners so that they are better learners, they are long life learners than we are? I was in class in 1995 sitting senior 4, but The ideas I learned in class, I could only cram them and talk about them. I didn't know how to put them into great ideas like you people are doing today. We must be very grateful to Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union. I therefore call upon the key stakeholders we have here today in this house to give us the great support. We are not sleeping in the classrooms. As science teachers, we are not sleeping. Neither are we even proud of what we have got from the government. We want to see that the product of what we should bring in our learners seen out. And may you continue praying for us. We call upon your great support so that this great idea does not only stop in this house today, but we move to the next level. I say this for God and my country. May I at this time therefore invite my national chairperson, Dr. Vincent Eyong, to come and address the gathering. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Betty. Let's give a powerful round of applause. You know, I was able to sit back because I knew somebody who is competent was in the drive. Amen? So I'm a believer. The chief guest, Honorable Dr. Biakatonda Abdul, Workers Member of Parliament, invited guest from Minister of Education, that is Commissioner, from Education, Directorate of Education Standard. We have a representative from Public Service, senior trade union leaders, and the father of labor movement, Asa Wilson Owere. Another senior trade unionist and a lecturer in Chambogo University, and also the founder of a union in the university and academic staff union is here with us. That is Milton Turoweraba. Yes, the name is a bit botanical. Adjudicators, all the invited guests, all the teachers present, UPUSTO leadership, all the patrons and matrons of this great upcoming scientist, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. My name, as has been said, I'm Dr. Vincent Eyong. That is, I got that this year. It's one of the things God did. I got a PhD in leadership and organization management. I want to thank God that it was 2019 when we sat and we were trying to think about the future of this country and the welfare of the scientists in the education sector. And among our objectives, what stood out was to ensure that we create a critical mass of quality scientists in this country who will champion national development and transformation. And today, as we sit in this auditorium, I see that dream coming live. When we are talking about it, we did not see how it would come. I was actually asking my good brother and my vice, Pugume Benson, that did you see this coming as we were talking about this objective? Said, no, I didn't see it coming this way. But all factors put together, we want to thank the Minister of Education and Sport, being led by the First Lady, Mama Janet Katam Seven, for the good gesture, especially transforming the new lower secondary curriculum, which is now transiting to A level, to competence based. I think what we are seeing today is the fruit of this transformation. Many people had a lot of talk. The curriculum is being rushed, and this is a testament. And good enough, the record is clear. I want to inform the House that we did not just select schools. We involved all the schools. What you are seeing has been sieved. The team that was the Central Organizing Committee moved to each of those regions and held such what we are seeing here today in all those regions, and selected the best 5 projects per region. And that is what has brought us here. So if we can see this innovation coming, especially from not from the teachers, but from the learners, which are tapping from the teachers, it means that the Ministry of Education is in the right direction. And what our prayer is that the policymakers, that's why we have workers, member of parliament, and the upcoming one, who is a very good champion of the rights of workers, and also a champion of development in this country. That is Asa Wilson Owere, to be a voice so that we can amplify what has started today here. So we are calling upon government. Most of those materials, there was that irrigation and others that came up. You would see that they are struggling to use locally available material because of the support they are getting from the school. And of course, you know, our schools, majority of them don't have enough capacity. So I think government has been putting priorities. We started with security, and the country is stable. We went into infrastructure, which is one hope, because if you build a road, it will stay for many years. If you build a hospital, it is there. If you connect a place, connect electricity to a place, it will also be there. You don't have to repeat it. So I would call upon government, of course we have representatives here, to help us, and the policy makers to champion this initiative, so that our policies are centered on making sure that this innovation is sponsored. Government should put in money so that instead of making those general and where it can meet the national and the national standard. Let's clap for all the participants. You've done incredibly great. And as Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union, we are going to make sure we follow you up to the trenches. those products, we will make sure it does not just end at the level where it is. We are going to be your link you to the partners, link you to the people that can upgrade what you have come up with, so that it can internationally be sold. So every great thing starts with an idea. So with these few remarks, I want to take this opportunity, first of all, to introduce my team, the team I work with. Betty has introduced a sub-team. We have the leadership of Uganda Professional Teachers Union. We have what we call Central Executive Committee, and then National Executive Committee, and then we have regional leadership, district. I know there are a few, or majority are here. So let's start with the NEC. Those are our NEC members. I'm not going to mention the detailed titles because of time. But of course, NEC is headed by the national chairperson, and we have different committees. And this one you're seeing is just one of the committees, and headed by different personnel that you're seeing here. Some are heading regions and they sit in the NEC. So we are covered. We covered the whole country. That's why we were able to solicit this school easily, because we are now spread in over 15 sub-regions across the country, including Karamoja. There is no place that our presence is not there. And we have our offices there. That shows you how strong we are in championing development. So NEC members, you can sit. I want also to request the regional leadership, especially the district coordinators. We have coordinators in all the districts. Let them stand up. Those who are around, let's clap for them. So there is no district that is not represented. There is no school that does not have up to leadership. We have school coordinators, and I'm not going to go into that. So guest of honor and the guests who are around, this is the leadership that we have. I want to take this opportunity at this guest now to invite, first of all, I need to give the order. We are going to listen from Minister of Education. We have a message from Minister of Education, the PS, and then we have a message from the PS of Minister of Public Service. Let's clap hands. And then we will have our senior trade union leaders greet us and also can congratulate us. In about 1-2 minutes. For the messages, we can use like 3 to 5 minutes, and then we'll have the chief guest. I think that is the order of the speakers. Thank you very much. And with that, I will take this honor to invite Commissioner John to address the gathering.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, for inviting me to speak to these gallant members. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to adapt the protocol that has been established. are here, and we are here to witness, and we have witnessed the national finals of the Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union competitions, and we have witnessed, and we have seen what has been exhibited. Ladies and gentlemen, on a personal note, I want to say thank you very much for this work that you have put in place. This is what we have always wanted, and you have now actualized it, and we must support you. When the Minister of Education set out to change, to review the old curriculum, this is what we anticipated. We have been talking about the generic skills. They have been demonstrated here. Because these children have done collaboration with one another, with their teachers, with their mentors. That's why you see what you are seeing today. They have done the critical thinking. They have talked about mathematics, ICT. These are the generic skills, the soft skills, isn't it? These are the things we have been talking about, and now we are seeing them practically. So thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, this that we have witnessed today is not only in Uganda. It's what is happening. It is what is happening in the contemporary world today. That's what is happening. And I'm going to confirm to you through this message. I know that many of us are to speak. But if I was speaking alone, I would really speak so many things. But now, in the interest of time, allow me to read the verbatim what we have prepared. First, I will go with the what African Union theme of the year 2024 alluded to. Okay? So just listen, I'm just going to read verbatim. The theme, Educate an African, fit for the 21st century. Building resilient education system for increased access to inclusive, lifelong, quality and relevant learning in Africa. Imagine that is now the theme, 2024. These are the things we are seeing in these innovations we have demonstrated today. The theme is structured, thank you. The theme is structured around sub-themes encompassing the entire education and skills development spectrum, from early childhood education and development through to tertiary and vocational education and lifelong learning. Focus is on development, implementation of effective, long-lasting, system-wide transformational strategies for education in Africa, and addressing the constrained education financing landscape. The role of teachers as key agents of transformation is emphasized, as teachers need to be adequately supported and empowered to play their part for this transformation to take place. To celebrate this theme, a variety of activities are recommended to be implemented at national, regional, continental, and global levels. Activities envisaged are expected to foster the implementation of the declaration of the fourth Specialized Technical Committee on Education, Science, Technology, and Innovation of the African Union. The declaration of the high-level side event on transforming education in Africa and the United Nations Transforming Education Summit thematic actions tracks towards building responsive and resilient education systems in Africa. Implementation is under the technical leadership and coordination of the Department of Education, Science, Technology, and Innovation. of the African Union Commission, in close collaboration with the Committee of 10 Head of States on Education in Africa. The department works closely with African Union member states, including through the Specialized Technical Committee, Regional Economic Communities, Development Partners, United Nations agencies, and all education stakeholders, including the private sector and the youth. In the case of Uganda, the Ministry of Education and Sports, through the National Curriculum Development Center, revised the curriculum for the lower secondary education, providing for 20 subjects curriculum at all levels, down from 43 subjects. Design and development work, which started in 2010, was completed and its implementation began in 2020 with the senior one. The review of lower secondary curriculum was based on research findings by the Ministry of Education and Sports in 2007. The National Curriculum Labor Market Survey 2010 and Curriculum Situation Analysis. The studies identified weaknesses in the teaching and learning processes, the absence of graduate profile, and the need to integrate the 21st century skills in the curriculum. The main weaknesses identified in the lower secondary curriculum, which has been used for more than 50 years, included, among others, 1. The teaching methodologies that did not promote effective learning and acquisition of skills. 2. It did not address the needs of the majority of learners who entered secondary education with preference to train in a skill for the world of work. Those were the gaps. The assessment approach tested knowledge and a limited range of competencies. This was not appropriate to address wider range of competencies that needed to be assessed. It did not include the 21st century skills, such as learning how to learn, how to think and be self-directed, being an innovator and problem solver, working constructively in teams collaboration, applying knowledge and skills effectively to known and difficult situations, critical thinking, creating change and transferring knowledge, communicating knowledge effectively using a variety of ICT and mathematics. The competence-based curriculum has so far achieved and or promoted effective learning and acquisition of skills, appropriate assessment procedures that allow learners to realize their full potential more effectively, the formative and the summative assessment, provided chance to the learners aspiring for higher academic qualifications and those to transit to the labor market quickly. The 21st century skills required in the world of work, and ultimately a learner after O-level is now a self-assured individual who demonstrates self-motivation, self-management, and self-esteem, who applies the generic skills effectively. Ladies and gentlemen, I have only one page to go, and I read it. Okay. The generic skills, the generic skills, which are also known as soft skills and 21st century skills in summary, and alluded to already: critical thinking, problem solving, cooperation and self-directed learning, creativity and innovation, mathematics, mathematical computation and ICT, proficiency and communication. The presentations today have demonstrated the values championed by the competence-based curriculum, i.e. the CBC, and can be summarized as follows. Peace and harmony. That's what we have seen. People have presented without conflict, without quarrels, with a common goal and shared meaning, because they have collaborated. 2, integrity and honesty. The way these children have been delivering their message, you could clearly see that they are not lying. Positive attitude towards work, respect for one another, and responsibility. Please allow me just 30 seconds to say something. You see, in this new curriculum, what we are seeing down there, even in the classrooms, the teaching that you people are doing today is very different from what we saw long ago. These children are always in groups. They are always relating. They are talking to one another. They are agreeing on what to say. There's always a leader in a group, isn't it? So what we are seeing, we see that Uganda is the right direction. The generic skills alluded to enable the learner to access and deepen learning across the whole curriculum. They are the same skills that are sought after by employers and which will unlock the world of work. For that reason, these generic skills lie at the heart of every subject and must be developed among our learners. These skills allow young people to develop into lifelong learners who can adapt to change and cope with the challenges of life in the 21st century. Younger people need to be able to think critically and solve problems, both at school and at work. They need to be creative and innovative in their approach to learning and life. They need to be able to communicate well in all forms, cooperate with others, and also work independently. They need to be able to use functional mathematics and ICT effectively as elaborated. With those few remarks, we commend the Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union for organizing these competitions, which have gone a long way to complement the effort to realize the long list of objectives the current curriculum seeks to achieve. I say all this for God and my country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let's again give Commissioner 3 factorial now. Okay, 1, 2, 3, let's go. Let me take the honor to invite the representative from Ministry of Public Service to give us the message from the PS.
I thank you, Doctor. The chief guest, leaders of the Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union, distinguished guests, the sponsors if they're in the house, teachers, and the brilliant young ladies and men gathered here today. I greet you all and send greetings from Madam Catherine Bitarakwate, my boss. Margaret Babiwemba, who is not going to speak much because time is not on our side. Allow me right away to go to the speech of the PS. She wrote something here that I have got to deliver to you. It is an absolute honor to join you at the national finals of the UPST Youth Science Innovation Project Competition, a stage where imaginations meet determinations and where the future of Uganda is being shaped in real time. Today we are not just celebrating projects like we've seen. We are celebrating ideas that dare to question the ordinary, experiments that challenge the impossible, and young minds that believe science can change the world. Teachers, you are the architects of this innovation spirit. You light the spark, you keep it burning, and you guide it towards purpose. For that, Uganda owes you a debt we can never fully repay. This is also to ask you to recognize that the making a mistake is not a crime. It is part of the process of making things perfect. Science and innovation are not luxuries. They are the engines of transformation, and thereby countries that invest in them become leaders. And countries that neglect them are left behind. And I believe with all my heart that in this very room are the young women and men who will put Uganda on the global innovation map. You are not just leaders of tomorrow, you are the problem solvers of today. To our young innovators, never stop asking what if. Never stop experimenting. When your idea fails, and it will sometimes remember, and it will sometimes fail, but remember, failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of it. What is important is to recognize that in attempting to do something, we make mistakes, but we should learn from them. To our teachers, keep challenging your learners to connect theory with real lifetime problems. And I request and call upon all of us to closely look at the problems we face. On a daily basis and creatively think of solutions to address these problems. In that way, our innovations will have meaning to our own lives and the scientists we live in. To our policymakers, honorable in the House and other leaders, let us not let these brilliant ideas die in notebooks. But let's invest, take them to market and create an environment for creativity and innovations to take root and thrive. As we crown winners today, let's remember the true victory is in daring to dream and daring to do. The future belongs to those who prepare for it today. And from what I've seen here today in Uganda's future is in very good hands. I once again want to congratulate all our participants, the innovators, and the teachers. You are the mentors. May your innovations light the way for brighter Uganda. I thank you, and I want to say, with the sorority, Eyala Manoi, Osoga Mwebaleno. Oh, I'm skipping Mbale Mwanyala Nabi. Back to Central, Banange Mwebali Nyutube Yansisa. Western, Mwebale Munonga, I don't know that.
West Nile.
Well, West Nile and the whole region there, Ahoyo, myself. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Wow, let's give another round of applause. That's a very powerful message from the two ministries, especially telling the young inventors that you are time is running. I'm going to shift to this microphone to our senior trade union leader and senior education to also have a word or two with us. Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you, my brother.
Dr. Long, Chairman, Professional Science Teachers Union, and your executive as hosts.
Minister of Education.
Representative, Minister of Public Service, all the protocol observed. I want to congratulate the learners and their teachers. Thank you so much. In the teaching fraternity, we are proud with the scientists today because we are moving away from formative assessment to summative assessment. What you have exhibited today is completely summative assessment. You are moving away from theoretical bits of
teaching to real life experience. And that is what we call competence-based teaching, which is student-centered. And it is very important that this is what drives, this innovation drives to self-employment rather than seeking for employment. And therefore, Minister of Education, you have witnessed what has gone on, and I think they need funding. Good enough, our Member of Parliament, who is a chief guest, although I didn't mention him in the protocol, is a Member of Parliament for the workers. And therefore, Honorable, these are policy issues which touch legislation. And therefore they should be a law how these people should be encouraged
and facilitated in terms of facilities, secondary schools, and primary schools. To Minister of Education, you have done well. I wish you could continue to the university level and change the theoretical curriculum that we are actually teaching our learners. That's why we are having a lot of unemployment. Every degree is not a degree, but is it able to secure employment? There is a lot of duplication of degrees at university level. And this is from curriculum design and development. I wish the designers of curriculum were here today. And I wish, of course, there are elections of NRM. I'm a member of the Workers' League. We should have been there for these elections, but because of the importance we attach to labor unions under solidarity, I received this invitation late last night, but because it was from my colleague, I said I must be here. If the First Lady, and actually even His Excellency was here, I know it would be, these monies they give to musicians and ETC would have given a bigger budget to these innovators. And therefore, Dr. Long, through Minister of Education, you must make sure that these presentations reach His Excellency. And where possible, if all these congregations that participated can have an interaction with the Excellency and exhibit what you have exhibited here, I think His Excellency would appreciate. Of course, through Mama, I know you can reach. So, Minister of Education, let not this just die here. Because the time I came in, I listened to these young men and ladies. I saw how confident they are, meaning that there is ownership. They have made these projects themselves. And therefore, to the trainers, especially the teachers, thank you for the job well done. You know, in teaching fraternity, me, I'm a teacher of accounting, finance, entrepreneurship, projects. That's why I was happy when it touches projects. Then you see that what you inculcate in the minds of these learners, they can exhibit. That is our pleasure. And our motivation. When you see, one time I taught at Victoria University, I had a class of 2 people, and they all failed. Imagine the whole class failing. So when you teach a class and you find that they can excel, that is normal our pressure. Cavendish University, where I now teach also, is exactly doing what these learners have done. We have moved away from summative assessment, rather from formative assessment to summative assessment. Imagine we teach online, we give courseworks online, and we mark online, we even examine online. This is exactly what these good students were exhibiting. And to the girls who participated, I was so happy. Ladies, thank you so much. I don't know where my sister Auma has gone. I didn't know, Dr. Long, that this is the Auma we sent to Turkey. I received an invitation. I have my colleagues in Turkey. I received an invitation and they immediately called Dr. Long to select for me a woman because they wanted a woman. So she gave me a name of a woman. So it is today that I've seen her. I didn't know that this is somebody that I sent to that powerful country, of course through the collaboration of our union. I'm from the University Professional and Academic Staff Union, which I served for nearly over 10 years, but I'm now the National Treasurer. And therefore, we normally benchmark and cooperate. That's why, with my colleague, former Chairman General Not, by then I was also Chairman General Koftu, we have built that hierarchy to date, and we are still in leadership fight for the workers. Also, public service, you know our issues with you. Our National Negotiating and Consultative Council is inactive, and we want to follow it up and ensure that the public service labor unions are in their public negotiating and consultative council. So take that seriously, because recently we saw the minister doing the contrary. And you see, for us, when we rise up as labor unions, I don't see that we are in suits. We just put off the suits. We can even go naked for the good of the rights of the workers. And therefore, Minister of Education, thank you so much. So to the learners, I want you to. This is my last point. Of course, now these days, everybody, or if not everyone, you can access ICT, but get a definition of summative assessment, get a definition of formative assessment, get a definition of innovation, get a definition of artificial intelligence. Because recently I was at an interview and they asked me how I can integrate AI in the teaching and learning. Of course I gambled because I was not prepared for that question. But today it featured well in the projects, meaning that that is the way to go. There are things that have come and we must live to use them in teaching and learning, even assessment, because that is where technology is going. With those few remarks, allow me to thank everybody, wish you well, for God and my country.
Wow, that's what we received from the senior educationalist and the senior trade unionist 2 at home. Ladies and gentlemen, with this honor, allow me to hand over this microphone to the father of labor movement in Uganda, Asa Wilson Owere, and the aspiring member of parliament representing workers. And to all his voters, this is the right man to vote for.
Thank you so much, Chairman. The guest of honor, Honorable Dr. Biakatonda, the Commissioner, the representative of Minister of Public Service, my colleague, Brother Milton Chiamreva, all the executive of Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union. I love you so much. First of all, I'm humbled and I'm at home. I'm very proud to be here and I'm one of the happiest people today. You know, when science teachers was in formation, there were a lot of negative forces fighting it. And they were fighting it using money, using forces, using everything. But I came as a single person and I fought all of them to clear them. Because for me, what the interest of workers, if you cross my path, you're in trouble. And I managed it. After that, I was also fought, but I fought back and I won the war. Now, we are in another stage. I want to thank Chairman. Can you clap for your Chairman? And your team. Because you are one of the people who have made me proud in this country. You know, when he has a problem, he calls me, says, Chairman, where are you? He says, then I ask him where he is. I drive and go, meet him and his team. And they tell me their story, I listen, then I tell them, go back, I will sort that one out. One of them, you people, the money you got came from me. I'm the one who paid the work. I opened the task for you. Because the president of Uganda listens to me. Are you getting my point? The president of Uganda listens to me. Why? Because I tell him nothing but the what? The truth. By the way, let me tell you, the gentleman called you a Museveni wants people to get what they deserve. But his approach, people don't know. For him, he wants a system which he has set to be honored and followed. If you move any step, he will tell you no. For me, I've studied him. Now, I told him one thing. I said, open this tap, let them get. But also be on standby to open the other cap. Now I'm planning to go to Parliament. And I want your support. Because whatever the exhibition the teachers and the children have done here needs support from Parliament. It needs support from the President. President, I will talk to him. And I will tell him, this is what I told you, the science can do. The science teachers can do. Now you have made my work very easy. Are we together? And I want to thank these leaders because union is supposed to be above everybody. and thinking. What I've seen here is critical thinking, innovation. Being creative, creativity which was here is above average. When you go to a place like China, those people even have factories in their own bedrooms. They can manufacture anything and bring it off the street. But for here, our children are crying for jobs. For them, when they see a child playing with a toy, they will promote that child at a certain level to be creative and try to create something, maybe to bring out a car or something like that. But here, what do? We give our children cartoons in English. What are our children playing with? But I want to thank the head teachers of these schools. Teachers, thank you so much. This is exactly what science is supposed to do for our country. If we continue at this pace, the dream of our president of industrialization will take shape. Industry in this country needs young people who are now creative. I don't expect these students tomorrow to come out of this school and gamble. So thank you so much. The teachers, the Minister of Education, and the public service support our people. So that, for me, I'm going to give the full support. And if I join you in Parliament, these are one of the things in 100 days we must do. Me, I'm a man of action. I don't have time to deceive. If I'm going to help, I will do. That's why, you see, when people were claiming that during COVID, I came up and TV and these people, my witness. People were in their Kamori. For me, I was out there. Telling the government we can do this. And we came out with the 20% for workers who have clocked 45 years, and they can now get their money. We have also made sure NSSF has now reached, you know those days, people were crying, people were stealing money in the NSSF, not that right. We came up and said, government, stop. This is our money. And I want to thank my brother, Milton. We worked together. I told the government, this is our money. We need representation. The president asked me how many. I said 5 out of 9 were given. That time, NSSF had only 1.4 trillion. Then we sent our team, Kofto sent 2, and myself, our Noto, sent 3. There were 5. The instruction was, go sack everybody there, recruit a new team. And it happened. And I told them, rebrand NSSF. And it was rebranded. Clearly, a new thing. Today, cut. And so on. Now, there's also something which is still lingering around. We agreed with the president. People should not think I only supported you. even the arts teachers and arts workers are going to get money. Because we are going to address the issue of salary disparity. You know, we did it tactfully. Let science go up, then the others will also come and find you. Are we together? Yes. Baganda have a saying, unalia no nalia, ye very quality. So the arts should not worry. They should support you. We are coming to revamp them. And the president promised me when he was giving, he said, oh, I will also give them. Are we together? But it started with you, and we thank God. Now, the last one, I'm just humbly request for your support, because I want to join the 12th Parliament of Uganda. On Monday, I'm getting a flag. Then after that, one of our colleagues has moved away. That is the Honorable Bakabulin. I want to replace him, and you will see what will happen. We shall work together, because we want people who will give advice to the government positively, being creative. This kind of work you have done here, this is a national event, and I want to thank you for raising this. You know, you don't know how much your leader here sacrificed. Sometimes they threaten him and so on, but when it comes to me, I give him morale. I say, endelea. Don't go down. A man should be a man. But I thank you, Brother Vincent, that you're a man, and today this union is like this. With these few remarks, for God and my country, support me, I will support you also.
Thank you very much, Chairman General Emeritus, the Prime Minister of Tiangadola, and the incoming member of Parliament in the 12th Parliament. These people have your support 100%. Ladies and gentlemen, I now have the honor to usher in the chief guest, who is a doctor, academic doctor, but also an honorable member of Parliament representing workers. He is so much aligned to government. I told you that when we needed the speaker, when we were striking, I led a delegation of 4. He opened the way. That time there was COVID, and the accessing Parliament was not easy. But we used the easy tag to enter through security. And after entering, we didn't now need him. We went and sorted in the office of the speaker and scheduled an appointment. So we met the speaker, and it was one of the meeting that unlocked our announcement, because he called the chairperson budget and asked in our presence, did you budget for these people? How much is there? So we are there with our calculators. I was trying to say some money is there, but we saw the money was too little. So we realized they were duping us. He said the money is there, but what was there was 50 billion. We realized we would not cater for the enhancement of science teachers. That was another thing. So we came back on the drawing board, and that meeting was very productive. So the man, they call him the anchorman, is here with us, and a very good friend. A call away, and he was here to officiate this function.
Honorable my host and colleague, Dr. Vincent Along, my dear sister, the Commissioner, stepping in for the PS, the Commissioner of Education, who sought leave to handle other emergencies, my mentor. You know, I listened. Even when I was PhD, I could inquire about the nitty-gritties from him. And equally, my mentor here. These people mentored me. Let's join our hands to thank them. I'm delighted, immensely delighted.
And with high gratitude to be here and be part of this very important engagement. I will echo. Hey, by the way, let's join our hands to thank the headmaster of Lugazi. He came himself. That means the parental and wants to Kakira, that's Kakira. And then the educators and assessors. Now, I've seen the title here. You're not students, I'm told you're innovators. Then the teachers are mentors. I think you maintain those titles. I will echo a word of one writer, Washington Nick. He one time remarked that success has got so many godfathers, whereas failure is an orphan. So I'm proudly associated to the union. I thank you so much for the innovation. At times I've been shy. The other day I was called to Nairobi last year. I was a chief guest when 1,000 innovators were being awarded. And then they were asking me, how is innovation in Uganda? Then I could not actually see it anywhere. But I'm now seeing it here. Supposing they say, let's go and see. I can now bring them here. And we see. But I've been shy. Then the other day, they were awarding best manufacturing innovators in the manufacturing sector. Still some company in Kenya. And I was the chief guest. I've been wondering, why is innovation in Uganda? So the innovation is now here. Thank you so much. You know, Uganda, we are normally rushing, but I think you can see the riding on the wisdom of His Excellency the President. I think he has been patient and he has been telling us a number of ideas. And you know, we didn't apply to transit to low middle income status. Did we apply? Did Uganda apply? But how were we given? Because of those small innovations by government under the stewardship of His Excellency the President, we have been. UN just said, I have transited. We didn't even know. Maybe under assess, we don't know. Because there was no room for appeal. But what is important is now to maintain this. Now, I saw Loro coming up with a number of something like irrigation. I saw yesterday, on Tuesday, I was a chief guest at Public Service International. And the mayors and town city clerks were there. The issue we were discussing was waste management. And I now saw a practical solution here. So I didn't know, I think that school would have presented there. But we didn't know, I think I was with him. He has those videos. But now, people we're discussing, and now we're talking of benchmarking, I think going to Australia to look at that. But when the idea is in Uganda, so thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, for this innovation. I have read about people. I read about Thomas Edison when he was inventing a bulb. He tried 999 times. Then there are thousands times when he did what he saw light. So why we rush to kill our innovations prematurely? And I want to applaud the representative of the PS. She has actually said we should actually look for ways. Equally, Brother Milton and a number of speakers. So going forward, we want a report. And this report should be actually have a lot of recommendations. And these recommendations must be taken over. And whenever I'm in Parliament, I think I don't waste time. We should move. And the senior has expressed interest to join. So I don't know who's going to be number 5. So, you know, we have looked at a number of things. See, when this curriculum was being introduced, it generated into a lot of debate in the Parliament. People say how workable it is. I think this is a sham. I said, so I was one of the people who were supposed to write a motion and argue, even call for postponement or stay until it is actually clear. But my first step, I said, let me go to education and find out what are the gaps in the curriculum which we are talking about. They gave me answers. Then I said, this is not enough. Can I go to Chambogo, the curriculum center? I went there. When I reached there, I found the deputy ED. He gave me vivid explanation, and I saw the things now working. I thank them for this program. And you know, when Mama, the first lady, was talking about this, we thought maybe it is not workable. But I think the thing is bearing fruits. And this is very good. So now we have we are likely to phase to have a skilled worker force, which is going to foster innovation. And I can proudly say union can live for centuries because you're already mentoring the union members. These innovators are now the union members who are going to take over from you. So the union is here to stay for generation and generations. So it is important that, of course, the challenges that they were looking at were inadequate teacher training, and then school facilities. Those were the issues that were being looked at. But I must proudly say, I think this now takes a center stage. And I want to recommend strongly, we are going with the Ministry of Education. We want them to gazette a room like this one. If you're with an idea, let's put there with a concept. Now bingo with this idea, let's put there with a concept. Because people are coming here to look for areas to fund. These areas you can fund. Because if you fund this innovation under irrigation, it means that the PDM farmers beneficiaries can now prosper. Because the key challenge, they get money, invest in enterprises, then the drought comes in. But now they told me irrigation is 160,000. You can imagine. But we have been having supply providers who are talking of more than that. Actually, the cheapest has been not less than 2 million, and cost funding, co-funding. But now, if Floro, the other one was, I think, Nabingo talked about waste management. Then another one has talked about solar irrigation without using power. And where is the problem? I think we are good to go. Me, you know, I'm a consultant in organizational development and management. But we normally ride on the 360 degrees balance scorecard. So your rating is already high, even before you can start. So Mr. Chairman, sir, Teachers' Day or Labor Day, we should have all these exhibitions. So that the Fountain of Honor himself can actually appreciate these innovations. This is proper accountability because it's going to see where he's putting the money. And you know, like my brother said, science. Some people are saying the man imbued and possessed with science. But I think he had a point. Do you see the wisdom that he had? I have seen. Because I couldn't believe. I saw ties that these kids were imported. I thought the kids were imported with the confidence and everything. And me, I foresaw. Because of the parameters, we need to ensure that at least we have all the practical legal frameworks in place. And I was wise enough. I came up with a law, private members bill called the Artificial Intelligence. And already the Attorney General has sanctioned. So I'm going to share it with him, put those ideas, because I see as if I have little knowledge, more than the children even. So enrich it so that we can actually we make a law which is going to stand the test of time. And then they have talked of climate change issues. I've also come up with a law entitled the Carbon Credit and Management Bill, which has also been already okayed, and I'm moving in that direction. So you see, I get challenged when we don't sleep. Our children are going out. The externalization is okay, but where we have a capacity to employ them here, I think this is the avenue which the science teachers are now mooting. Because if the people, it means to increase employability. If you have irrigation, then farms can actually employ more people. Even us, nobody will sell his land for border border because the land will be useful. I saw as I was actually coming up with a facility to manufacture fertilizers. This is one of the challenges. What's the average yield per acre? I think these are the challenges that we have been having. So, Uganda professional science teachers have actually addressed some of the problems. And this now takes you to center stage. Takes you to center stage. So, to the schools, when you go, have you heard about what we call PPP? Public-private partnerships. Public-private partnerships. I think you have a right now to look for funding for this. Then you can now seek Solicitor General's guidance as a school and go into this investment with partners. It's allowed. Recently, I have a partnership with a university in Nakuru called the Kabaraka University. We entered into an MOU and we are now raising high technology seedlings so that we supply to the farmers and give them at lower rates, lower pricing. The other day was in South Africa, Gamestone. We entered into an MOU. We are supposed to go there. So even you now, how does a school now having land? I hear some schools even have acreages of land, which you cannot utilize. So we must now, as a form of accountability, tell His Excellency the President, tell the Mama Janet Museveni that I think we are innovating. Now school X can afford lunch because they are using their land to grow maize, using fertilizer, manufacturing, using now their irrigation system, which is cheaper. Is that possible, ladies and gentlemen? Yes. And Uganda will be flying. It is Kasai just said that Uganda is just moving. So you thought you was joking. Now let's just build on that and Uganda will be So I think this is very important. But I want to mention that me as a person, I'm really interested. And now, my worry is some of them are senior 4. They are going to disappear. Can we as schools have a forum where we can actually have this continuity of these ideas? So that we can know a student who talked about this thing is this and ideas are there. Then let's have proper documentation and then we can ensure that they move. Funding, Madam Commissioner, I think is very important. Like you really mentioned and like you mentioned, we can now ensure that at least we prioritize these areas. And I'll be proud to ensure that we bring these ideas. You know, the avenues in the parliament through which we move. One such idea can be through asking government a question during Prime Minister's time. The other avenue is through a petition, which goes direct to the speaker. I think we have done that several times. The other idea is through a motion, urging government. Now we are urging government to build, first of all, we are paying tribute to government for this curriculum, because it's yielding fruit. Then the other idea is urging them to incorporate a few aspects that are missing. It's the budget cycle now. When we move, we can actually handle this. And I must mention that Brother Were mentioned about China. China, there's what they call the traditional diploma. The student, after going through an education, the traditional diploma is giving him apparent skills which you are talking about here. And I think let's now fine-tune it. If these ones are with the scanty knowledge that schools can actually come up with this, supposing if we attach them to those industries which are doing this work, it means now the child is talking about solar through basic knowledge, but now we should attach them to the factories that are doing solar. And at the end of the day, because defeats logic, as Ugandans, we are going to countries to import things, China, where? But do you know the people who are doing this? These are just some handwork from various homes who have gone through this competence curriculum. So tell your neighbor we also can here. As Uganda we can. Eh? As Uganda we can? Yes. I've heard the slogan when you say science, you are saying a lot of things. When you say what else? Then in mathematics, you are saying a lot of things. But I think sincerely this is very important. And in China they have what they call 1+X certification. This now allows students to acquire multiple skilling. So I think these are some of the few aspects that we need to incorporate into our curriculum and then everything will be, we are so good to go. So I want to thank you for demonstrating all this expertise. I think you have been patient. You know, what has been going on? Discussions have been going on, and they have been telling me what I've been hearing. When you give teachers salary enhancement, most of them have even bought vehicles and they are doing a lot of business. They are no longer in schools. If you're out of schools, would this be possible? I even don't know how we achieved. So that I think has not been right. But like Comrade Asa said, for us, we are saying there should be harmonization and everybody the roles should be divided. If this docket has this side of the profession has come up with a number of what can we do so that we build a holistic approach for all our problems, and then at the end of the day we can be good to go. So I must reiterate my commitment to say that all these as shall come to me, I will always take them to Parliament and ensure that at least we have solutions. And for me, when I went to Parliament, by the way, this is my first time, but most people think I've been there for 4 terms because of my discussions on the answer and aggressiveness. Even I would drive my vehicle at night. I packed my case, it is in my vehicle. If you hear me tomorrow, I'm in Kalangala, it is me. So I have no boundaries. And for me, I'm already a founder member of the NLAC. I'm already a founder member, really. No, I can't go. He knows my assignments, I do them. So I have left my colleagues to go, and me, I'm around. That's why you see. Yes. Because even when we were doing this, the first collective bargaining agreement with Uganda, in public means of public service, I was there as a member of the National Negotiating Council. I was the consultant. Actually, they left me when they were going to do benchmarking in Vietnam, where they came back and asked, can we have a draft? They said it's not there. Maybe we need to go back to China. I said, I listened and I said, what can I do? I told them, give me 3 days. 3 days? When you have benchmarked and we don't have one? I said, give me 3 days. It was a Monday, by Saturday I was giving them a draft. And that draft actually worked well. But that's what we are urging government, what he mentioned, to ensure that we operationalize. And we have given Attorney General notice. We gave 14 days, not in a good spirit, not because we are fighting. We saw I was very humble. If they tell you 90 days, you must actually adhere compliant. So we have 15 days. I hope we shall get satisfactory answers. If not, then we shall seek court orders, but in a good faith, really. Because it's a framework which is available. The law is very clear. You cannot actually twist laws and bend around rules of procedures, which are very clear. So, ladies and gentlemen, with those few words, I want to recommend either on Teachers' Day or Labor Day, we must have these exhibitions. The good thing, the headmaster Kakira has come himself. So for you should write reports to them and recommend so that we can actually have this exhibition clearly. Muzei will be happy to see them. And these are really fundable ideas that the government can undertake, because we are recommending PPP, public-private partnership, and then at the end of the day, we should be seen to move. The challenges are there with PDM, which are being addressed here. Our farmers don't know how to make fertilizers. The students know, our own children. Then we can tap into this and we move. So I'm with you, and I think you deserve a second Kisanja. So one position has fallen, or Bravo has told you, consider him. So me consider me for another exchanger for continuity. You know, they have been saying, this man has been there for a long time. No, just one term. Now wait and give me the second term, you will see wonders. I'm going to perform to the best of your expectations. I thank you so much.
I love how the chief guest, such a powerful, well-researched. I think my role for now is almost done. What I see is awards, and how are we going to award? Who will get what? That one is not my role. But I want to reiterate what the chief guests have said. We are going to ensure as our students that we project you to any platform. In October, we are going to celebrate the World Teachers Day. Last year we did, the other year also we did. We picked a sample of schools. This time we pray, because we are going to be in those meetings organizing the World Teachers Day. We are going to ensure that a big slot is created for our innovators. So the teachers and the students, you just prepare. Don't go and throw away those ideas. And in that program, the head of state is going to be there, and even the first lady, and other important dignitaries and partners. So for us, we are doing building the bridge for you to cross. Thank you very much. Over to you, the programmers.
Okay, thank you so much. Members, once again, a big applause to our chief guest. Yeah, we now have a few other things left. This event has been sponsored by some good people. We have Benjin Science Hub gave us support. The MD, can you stand up and wave? They do lab equipment, science lab reagents, science textbooks, stationery, laboratory gears, science learning materials, and biology specimens. You can get from them. Shareability Uganda, MD, can you wave to? Yes, can we clap for them? There is a team from there, and they do web designing, domain names, web hosting, email hosting, digital marketing, training, and so on. Thank you so much. MOOPS ICT Center gave us the venue. Can we clap for Makerere University Business School? Thank you so much. The Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union members, SACCO. Can we clap for our SACCO? They gave us support during our regional exhibitions. Thank you so much. We have Media House here with us. All that we are doing right from morning has been followed live internationally. Can we clap for the media? The live streaming, NTV, can you wave to the members here? Everything has been followed by parents, by the other school administrators who are not here. It is live on YouTube. And UBC has been with us. Madam, can you wave to UBC? Can you wave to the members? Yes, other media houses, where is my list? Can you wave to the members? A monitor, yes, can you wave to them? Yes, and the Workers TV, can you wave? Can we clap for them? Yes, thank you so much. New Vision is here. They say tomorrow one full page for Upustu National Science Innovation Projects Competition. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. After here, we're going to have the chief adjudicator to come and give us a brief feedback and declare results. And from there, we have these awards given. We take a few photos and we actually close this session. Chief adjudicator, can you come? Yes, can you clap?
Master of Ceremonies, thank you for this opportunity. Our chief guest, Honorable Byakatonda Abdul, permit me to use the protocol already established on account of time and deliver feedback from adjudicators on this occasion of the National Science Innovation Projects Competition 2025 That has been marvelous. I am called Tom Omute. I am grateful to the Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union for picking me among the many individuals in Uganda to be the chief adjudicator. I'm a lecturer of medical biochemistry in the Faculty of Medicine, Ira University. I want to thank you for this opportunity of giving me a team of eminent adjudicators assembled from all corners of Uganda. Dear Chief Guest, allow me request them to introduce themselves because they did a fantastic job that can easily be contested because the innovators exhibited excellently, very difficult to adjudicate.
Thank you, the Chief Adjudicator. Bayibisiwe Kasigire Gideon is my name, a teacher of physics and math, and a panelist on the team that worked on the A-level physics syllabus. So the current senior 5 syllabus, I designed it to be a team of 5, together with Madame Betty. And currently, I'm the head teacher of Rwanyamahembe Seed Secondary School in Barara District.
Trainer within CBC, specialist cyber schools technology, being in charge of the curriculum.
Good evening, everyone. Lot of observed to the students. Thank you for moving us from confusion to understanding. Science today is the technology tomorrow. My name is Kiria Robert Kent. Clinicians prefer calling me Dr. Kent. This is one lecture in physics. It's now 20 years teaching physics at the level. I happen to be a specialist in physics education. Thank you for sharing this platform with you. Really give confidence young lads that tomorrow is there.
For the honorables, because it's because of you that had refused to participate, wouldn't be here and wouldn't have this day being recognized by very many dignitaries. Thank you so much, Your Honor. My name, I'm Nakayinda Hanifa, teacher of physics. I love science, passionate about science, has kept a smile on my face that actually confuse people, they don't know my age. Call me young, but I'm very old. Why I look young? Because of science. Every other time my mind is thinking. Back at home where I teach in a boys' school in India College. They are always looking out for me. When I told them they are on a holiday, but always within using ICT, I told them that I'm here, and they have been following us. They are very happy. So when I go back, they want to hear what I got from Nabingo, what I got from St. Catherine's. So that is it. Think and don't sleep. You're going to eat from this thing before you become professional. So, forever eternity.
much. Good evening, everyone. I am Senkai John Baptist. I was chemistry and projects for something. But what I've witnessed for out there.
Thank you very much, the team of adjudicators, dear chief guests, ladies and gentlemen. A few observations before we make further statements specifically regarding adjudication results. One, I want to commend the government of Uganda for dignifying the teaching profession, beginning with the science teachers. Secondly, I want to thank the Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union under the able leadership of Dr. Vincent Elong for making the teachers provide the platform for learners to support their innovative ideas. The teacher's greatest role is not to himself, is to the learner. And it is not to simply teach the learner, it's to inspire the learner to look for greater opportunities and realize their full potentials. Through UPSTU, the science teachers under this union have demonstrated, and I am convinced they will continue to demonstrate, that rare attribute of a true teacher. I want to commend and congratulate you. Secondly, I would like to quickly remind or add my voice that information communication technology is fast taking over the world. And that is the direction where the world is going, whether in health, whether in agriculture, whether in business, trade, and so on and so forth. And artificial intelligence has come on board. I am amazed at the level of understanding of artificial intelligence by the students, the innovators. And quickly, it came to my mind that a national policy on AI use needs to be made as soon as yesterday. I'm very happy that you are already taking that direction. 3, scientists are great thinkers, but they may not be marketeers. It is therefore very important that we collaborate. Interdisciplinary collaboration, multidisciplinary collaboration, and interdisciplinary collaboration, such that the scientific ideas brought out by the scientists can be picked up by maybe a social communicator and package it well that a marketeer can easily pick and fund. That way, we shall move very fast. Vincent, I'm surprised that the Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation is not represented here. Maybe I'm wrong. But I am aware that the Science, Technology, and Innovation Secretariat of that ministry in the office of the President is funding so many innovative ideas in Uganda. And I personally am convinced that all the exhibitions that we have adjudicated here today deserve funding from government of Uganda. And I want to encourage that we build a bridge with the Science, Technology, and Innovation Secretariat in the office of the President and interest the Secretariat in these innovations. I am almost sure many of them will receive positive consideration from that Secretariat, because that is the heart of our President. Back to the issues for which we were brought here. me and my team. The innovative ideas were all amazing. They were mind-splitting. What differed are the adjudication yardsticks. In each space, what are we scoring? What are we scoring? But the ideas have all gone through, because they were all far, far, far above what those of us of the olden days thought secondary school students could produce. The way we were taught is so different from the way you people are being taught, and you should count yourselves very lucky and be grateful to the government of Uganda and take your studies very seriously, because you are the solution to Uganda's issues that have bogged us down for so many years. All of you had good ideas that I have said already deserves funding. But some of all were not able to pick out the real issue, the real life issue, and articulate in your introduction or background, and connect an appropriate title to the problem you have identified, and craft careful objectives that are smart, that align very clearly with the problem, with the title of the project aimed at solving that problem. So that became a very big issue. The other challenge, which to me was a smaller one, was the functionality of some of the innovations. You took us through the processes, but possibly because of one reason or the other, some factors out of your control made some of your projects not to function. Unfortunately, functionality of the project at the project implementation level was taking the highest score. So where you had very good projects, very adequately elaborated and explained and even orally presented, but the product didn't function the way you told us it would function, you lost marks miserably and very painfully. So I would encourage that when you envisage that there can be product failure, you should already have mitigating measures such that when it fails, you can orally explain that this thing was going to happen like this, I was going to put this thing, but during transportation, maybe there was disconnection here, you would convince somebody, right? Then still the project report. I am happy my brother here, him will confirm, and all of us who are in higher education, that academic writing is a big problem to many students. You are already being taken through the process of scientific writing. We want to encourage you very strongly to take scientific writing protocols very seriously. What should and must be contained within your report, and how should you report? The scientific world follows a certain criteria. You don't just come with your idea which are so jumbled up and you just write them the way they are. Those are raw ideas which should be transformed into a scientifically written report. And that is a quality of a scientist that we expect you to espouse, among many others. On account of time, allow me, on the observations, unless I have missed something very significant, yes, please. Let me allow him just to sorry, to mention it.
Just in addition to what you are saying, fight the very big challenge when you talk about academic writing. Academic writing is structured, and this has been a comment on these instruments. Actually, we have been commenting that we need to train teachers, to train students. So, in regard to that, when I was given an invitation actually to be part of this team, I actually gathered a little, and I didn't believe. I had to ask the distant team, is it for real? So I had to get to, before that they go to Jambo to actually ask them. I was stand down, went to them, to go down to IU, to tell them, can I be part of this team? He said yes. They will provide for you the curriculum for physics education, to train teachers, to train students, understand the science, the physics. And after we need to do this. So it's quite a big challenge. Then when you look at the reports that were at the regional level, they have been actually shifted here the way they were. So imply the teachers have come. Thank you.
That was a special submission from an expert. Vincent and your team, there is that task of taking our teachers through that which has been lacking. But I'm already grateful that we are doing a great job. And we just need to keep improving every other time. Oh, yes. Are we on Eastern Region results or copy and paste? Okay, we are, Madam Betty wants to say something.
Thank you very much, dear Chief
I see.
Educator.
I first see it.
First you I want to thank all the participants at the various. I am the last of the school, and the father of the home is the national chairperson. You know, when visitors come home, in my culture, when the visitor come home, you must you don't slaughter him for that reason. Visitors are not. So all of you here are our customers, and we want to say wholeheartedly, very grateful each and every one. In a special way, some of the skills I have allow me to recognize the contribution that was made greatly by COF2. When they were looking for a representation at Turkey, at the conference they had organized to stand with the Palestinian women who were being killed, brutalized, these children, COF2 said, no, there must be a representative from OPS2. And it landed on Betty Auma. Thank you very much, Milton. Mr. Milton had also never seen you, but I've been wondering, who is this one who could have a passion? He encouraged me until I entered the airplane, because the airplane even left me, but he still struggled and said, no, you must go. And I have to tell the story. I arrived at Turkey, and I was given 2 minutes to pack my luggage. Entering the conference room, Uganda was called to make a speech. You could imagine what it was all about. So the courage he gave me and the union made me to get up and I made a very good speech. Some of you had a glimpse of what I talked there. I represented the country well. So, dear sir, the skills you put in me is what is enabling me, or has enabled me to chair this committee of innovation. Thank you very much to you. For that reason, I would like to request my national chairperson to say thank you to our guests for tonight. Please, I would request that you come here and just say thank you to them. You are not. I would like to recognize the great contribution made to this function and to the union at large by Mr. Milton. Please, thank you very much. Request that because of space, my chairman is young enough to walk there. Doctor, thank you. Thank you. In a similar way, we would also like to be very imagine how someone can give his time, even when he is given a abrupt invitation. Just imagine the wonderful speech he has made for us today. We believe in you, Doctor, and in every way we are ready to support you very much. We also want to recognize the great contribution given by a member of this committee who is also the national vice chairperson of the union.